Hey, what's up, everybody? Happy Monday. I hope everybody had a wonderful weekend, got to spend time with family, loved ones. You were rejuvenated, replenished, recharged, ready for the work week. I pray that everybody made it to church, got encouraged, by the saints, with the brethren. Um, I had an encouraging moment when I did children's church yesterday, and one of the children talked about what they've been praying for, and it was like really encouraging, and it reminded me of like that childlike faith. Um, Encouraged me to pray harder. So I, just find find the Lord in things. We don't always need to be looking for the enemy, right? Let's be looking for the Lord too. Anyway, it is currently 64 degrees. It's not raining now, but the chance of precipitation is going to grow as the day goes on, into the afternoon here. I don't know, to like 94% chance of precipitation, so it's probably going to rain. All right, Joe, we're in a study of 1 Timothy chapter 1, and let's just pick up in verse 5 just to review a little bit. The aim of our charge is love. Okay, love, y'all. The love is what drives everything. It's what drives Christianity. Love that issues from a pure heart. Okay, pure heart, good conscience, and sincere faith. We talked about those three certain persons. By swerving from these, that pure heart, sincere faith, and good conscience have wandered away into vain discussion. Okay, vain discussion. Talk or no walk. Right? Talk and no walk. Vain discussion. Desiring to be teachers of the law, without understanding either what they are saying or the things about which they make confident assertions. Right? Remember I said the loudest voice isn't always the correct voice, and the one who keeps talking and talking and talking isn't actually covering up sin, they're just revealing it more. Okay, that's what these people are doing, because they've wandered away, right, from a good conscience, sincere faith, and a pure heart. Verse 8, here we go. Now we know, all right, there's no question. Now we know that the law is good. It is, all right, it is. See, in American Christianity, for sure, we see circles of this grace movement that is like, you don't have to worry about the law. You don't have to worry about that because Jesus died for to fulfill the law. Yeah, but it still is revealing. Listen to what it says here. If one uses it lawfully, now here, notice there's a choice. If one uses it, okay, lawfully, there's choice here. Understanding this, understanding starts with fear of the Lord. Okay, Proverbs 1:7, 9, 10. Fear of the Lord is the beginning of knowledge and understanding. This, that the law is not laid down for the just, but for the lawless and disobedient, for the ungodly and sinners, for the unholy and profane. Ooh, okay, there's going to be a long list here. Now, I want to backtrack a little bit. So the law, if one uses it lawfully, okay. So most sinners, they believe in, let's just say, a God. Okay, they believe in a God, whatever God that is. It's might not be the God, but they believe in a God. Even themselves, right? Could be an idol, could be a God, right? Gods of fertility, they have those. They sacrifice to Moloch, right? They sacrifice to Moloch. What God are they serving when they have abortions, right? And they have abortions because they don't want to bring a child up in this world because they're not ready, they don't have the job or whatever. Those types of things. What God are they serving? Okay, most people long for God. Why? So Romans chapter 1, let's pick up in verse 18. I'm going to shift over to King James for a second just so I don't have to flip. Okay, verse 18. Romans chapter 1, verse 18. Listen to this. For the wrath of God is revealed from heaven against all ungodliness and righteousness. Wow, that sounds very similar. for against all ungodliness and unrighteousness of men who hold the truth in unrighteousness. Ah, they hold the truth in unrighteousness. What? Which promotes speculations. Listen, 1 Timothy 1 verse 4. Nor devote themselves to myths and endless genealogies, which promote speculations rather than stewardship from God that is by faith. Okay, that is by faith. Okay, by certain persons, by swerving from these, right? Those things we talked about, the pure heart, good conscience, and some sincere faith, have wandered away in a vain discussion. Oh, vain discussion, truth and unrighteousness, right? They have the truth, they talk the talk, but don't walk the walk. So that's truth and unrighteousness. See, the Pharisees knew the truth, but lived unrighteously. Okay, and I would say that the Pharisees yearned for knowledge of God, but no fear of the Lord. I'm not sure, but listen to this. All right, Romans chapter 1 verse 19. Because that which may be known of God is manifest in them, for God hath showed it unto them. So, because that which may be known of God is manifest in them, the opportunity to know God is in every single person. Listen, because that which may be known of God, so the things that might be known of God, that may be known, that are possible to be known, that should be known of God, have been manifest in them, have been born, have been brought to life, manifest to bring about, okay, have been made manifest in them. So the things that can be known of God are manifest in them. See, even that's why we see these things on YouTube all the time about is it possible to be gay and Christian? Well, those things, everybody has this innate or this instinctive part of their heart that God has made it that way, which they want to know the things of God. They do. People do. Every person does desire to seek a God. What God are they seeking? Okay, hold on now. And let's talk about what gets this distorted. Let's keep going here. For the invisible things of him, this is verse 20, for the invisible things of him from creation of the world are clearly seen, being understood by the things that are made, even his eternal power and Godhead, so that they are without excuse. They are out without excuse. Now, so God makes people, they creates us with this instinct for knowing or wanting to know him. And he gives us creation to see it. So though we are born sinners and total depravity, yes, absolutely. And guess what? We won't choose God without him turning on that switch. But there is this innate desire to seek him. So when we don't turn, those who don't turn, and those children of disobedience, when we stay as children of disobedience and we're not converted to a regenerate heart, we search for another God. We search for another God. Why? So part of it, I think, since people are born, yes, sinners, but with this innate instinct to seek those things of God, what prevents it? What causes this? What causes this? Probably hurt. Okay, probably hurt. Because God doesn't make mistakes, and he wired people a certain way. Okay, he wired people a certain way. So what causes that? What makes it a gay Christian? If that is even possible, right? Because you can't just say I'm a Christian and there not be any fruit, no regeneration, right? There's got to be regeneration of the heart. Now they can say that, but is it vain? Is it, as it says here, vain discussion? Talking the talk with no walking the walk? Okay? Desiring to be teachers of the law without understanding either what they are saying or things about which they make confident assertions. They might be saying all the right things but living the wrong way. and they're not. It's not sincere faith, and they're saying these things about which they make confident assertions, but do they know? Are they actually regenerate? Is it really there? Because we know that the law is good if one uses it lawfully. The lawless, understanding this, that the law is not laid down for the just, but for the lawless and disobedient, for the ungodly and sinners, for the unholy and profane, for those who strike their fathers and mothers, for murderers, sexually immoral, men who practice homosexuality, enslavers, liars, perjurers, listen to this, and whatever else is contrary to sound doctrine, in accordance with the gospel, in accordance with the good news. Okay, is it in accordance with the good news? Sexual immorality, homosexuality, those things are an abomination to God. There is no way an unregenerate Christian can be a homosexual, or a regenerate Christian can be a homosexual. Now, if I will say that I do believe people come out of that lifestyle, and we know Jackie Hill Perry 100% is a Christian. She lived that lifestyle, repented, and now lives a Christian lifestyle, turned the complete other way, and she understands, I would say, this sound doctrine of a good conscience, a sincere faith from a pure heart. Okay, from a pure heart. And when she does speak on these things, it's not vain discussion, because she's walking the walk, right? She's walking the walk. And how did that happen? Because God creates us, right, with this innate instinct to seek and see Him, and He's there. And God, when our hearts are ready, He puts it into motion, right? That election is there. And so, whatever else is contrary to sound doctrine, in accordance with the gospel of the glory of the blessed God, with which I have been entrusted. With which I have been entrusted. Which every Christian has been entrusted, y'all. It's not just pastors. It's not just, leaders in the church. No. It's every Christian has been entrusted. Because He gave us the canon. He gave us the word. He completed it, preserved it, passed it down, had it written down in language for us, for you and me, right now, in this moment. He thought about you, He thought about me in this moment. So in this moment, what do we practice? In this moment, what God are we seeking? In this moment, where's our heart? Is it pure? Is it sincere faith? Right? Where's our heart in this moment?